Hey, what is up, everybody? My name is Jess Weber, and this is Spiritual Warfare Time. We got breaking news right now, or earlier today. Active shooter and started. I guess he started the church on fire at Grand Blanc, Michigan. I don't know. This is these, Chuck, with these little names here. I'm gonna have to punch you later. All right, check out this report.
Reports this afternoon of an active shooter and a fire at a church in Grand Blanc, Michigan. That's about an hour outside of Detroit. Let's go to Brian Yennis. He has the very latest for us. Brian, what can you tell us?
Kevin, good afternoon. A developing story indeed. We can tell you right now that the Grand Blanc police say that fire that you're seeing on your screen was started by a suspected active shooter. Sources telling Fox 2 Detroit that active shooter is now down. So this is the situation we have. We also know, according to that reporting from our local affiliate in Detroit, that there are 6 to 8 victims. Their condition currently unknown at this hour. An active shooter shooting the Church of Latter-day Saints, the Mormon Church in Grand Blanc Township. This is about 60 minutes northwest of Detroit, about 10 miles south of Flint, Michigan. We have seen some folks, victims being taken out by stretcher. There has been a full-blown response to this church. We don't know how this fire was started, but sources tell our Fox 2 Detroit that fire was started by the suspected shooter. This all started shortly after 11 a.m. local time. We expect a press conference at about 12:45, 1 o'clock Eastern with the latest from the police.
And we are getting reports.
Unreal. There you go. A mass shooting in Michigan at a church, and they're burning down the church. This is insane. This is just, it's like, are we like under attack here? Because that's what it seems like, all right? It seems like these trannies just started just like, that's it, we're going. Suicide, here we go. It's unbelievable. Damn, Soros is busy lately. That's right, Catalyst. What's up with Michigan? False flags taking place. Seems to be the hub. There was another shooting in Southport, North Carolina, where someone shot up a yacht club. 3 people died there. So what is up with that place? This is not good, guys. I don't know. I guess the devil's getting really desperate right now. That's what it seems like. The devil is desperate right now, and he just wants to just hurry up and take everybody. It's sad. It's sickening. Here's a Southport mass shooting suspect identified as Nigel Edge. A deadly attack crowded at a North Carolina restaurant. This guy, he's also the guy that he's a Marine, I think, right, Chuck? I think he's a Marine. But killing 3 people, injuring 8 others. This was 3 hours ago. Another mass shooting in North Carolina. I mean, this is, folks, what's happening here? Huh? What is happening? It's just getting sad. This is the fire church. Oh, man. You wonder if this is all due to, I don't know, the attack on Charlie. Is this the beginning of something? Are they going to continue on? Why is this attack on Christians? That's, why us? What did we do? What are you so angry about? Is it because you can't dress up like a freak and we call you out on it? Is that what it is? That you guys just want to be complete mental cases on the streets of America and we're not allowing you? I mean, we don't care if you want to be a grown man wearing a dress. But I'll tell you one thing. If you start shooting it to our kids or start teaching to our kids or start grooming our kids, we got a problem. But when you are at this stage in life where you are dressing up as a woman, putting a dress out in public, okay, you have a mental disorder, okay? And then on top of that, we know you got other issues. Okay. It's just not one issue that you're fighting with and you're dressing up. You got other issues, folks. You got another mentally ill problem. I don't care. We'll call it out like it is. That's what's happening. Come on. These are grown men dressed as Barbie little dolls. It's disgusting. And who's funding that? You know what I mean? Simply Beautiful, fine. On Etsy says Muslim Brotherhood, Soros evil pute. Yep. Party of evil. That's right. It is the party of evil, I would have to say. It's just gross. It's just gross. Slingbag says all it needs is bolts sticking out of the neck and look like Frankenstein. Yeah, that's right. These are the people that will destroy society in the next 100 years. Okay, when we get to the end of times, these people will be running rampant. They will feel so emboldened. But if we can't stop this now, that's what's gonna happen. If we can't stop it, it's not like we want to get rid of them, put them on an island and put a wall around it and let them survive, because they won't. They have no survival skills, and they don't have children. If they do have children, good luck to that child, because that child's going to be neutered in 10 years. But regardless, it's not like we don't want them. We just want them to get help. You know what I mean? We just want them to seek Jesus. There's a lot of success if you just find Jesus, and maybe, just maybe, you might have a normal life instead of being a product of the pharmaceutical company. And the surgeons love you because they can't wait to turn you and shape you into whatever freak you want to be. I mean, that's your whole life, is to be in that whole medical world. You don't want to do it, folks. You don't want it. All right, just even with someone with suffering with a disease and you're in and out of the hospital, it's not fun. Just imagine the doctor's like, hey, we're going to shape your face into a female. We're going to give you breasts, and we're going to give you this, and we're going to give you Botox, and we're going to give you filter. And your mind is getting chemicals in your head from Botox. You're getting the silicone in your chest. That's another problem. I mean, even women do it. I mean, I don't know why they do it, but they do it. But it makes them more crazy. And now you got men doing it, trying to turn themselves into a woman. It's just not good. And then you chop your thing off, have surgery, and that's a whole nother ordeal. That's not something you want to get down the road. Anyways, here is Freak Fest. This is the last Freak Fest that they will have. Hopefully this will be the last one in America, okay? Listen, I don't care if you want to do that, but don't shove it down our kids. Don't have parades about it. Don't put a flag in front of your house so we all can see it, that we all know you guys are freaks and gays. We don't want to see that shit. Nobody wants to see it. I don't have a straight flag in front of my house and look at me. I only straight. No, we don't no. Okay? If I'm this whole other side is just a whack. Okay? I don't even know where I was going to go. But I'll tell you one thing. It can be done. Jesus can save you. Look at this guy. He went from this. I mean, imagine dancing around like this and finally being saved by the grace of God. There he is, finally getting baptized. And this is what happened. He changed his whole entire life. He was literally dancing in a bikini, overweight. Now he's doing marathons, working out, and changed his complete life for the love of God. It can happen to you out there if you have that problem. Hopefully you don't, but if you know, I'm sure some of us know somebody, right, that has that issue. Again, we're not attacking the community. We're just saying, listen, you guys got to stop. You're literally creating monsters. You're creating suicide mission people. These people are going out and shooting up churches, shooting up political figures, trying to kill the president, shooting up restaurants. They're going as suicidal idiots, okay? Just because the mainstream media just keeps putting on the heat against Christians and conservatives. That's the only reason why they are doing it. They feel emboldened. They feel like, well, listen, if he is worse than Hitler, then we should probably kill him. That's exactly what they are after. They can't stand us. They can't stand it. You know what I mean? Take away the SRIs, and half of those confused adults might start becoming adults. I agree there. But man, it's just so sad. It's beyond sad. Grandma of Charlie Kirk shooting. Suspect says they have the wrong man. You know, I've all week to this week, I've been seeing probably hundreds of videos of all debunking this Tyler Robinson guy of shooting Charlie Kirk. And I'll tell you one thing, a lot of it's pretty convincing. I feel like Tyler is probably involved, or whoever was on that roof is most likely involved. I don't know if he is the one that, I don't know. Because you got to have that sound effect. I see everyone turned around and heard a gunshot. So that's problem one. Problem two, everyone's saying that the mic was an explosion and that's how he has the exit wound out of his neck. That is now the new conspiracy theory everybody's going with. There's like these videos of like how it shows the energy was started from here and came out here. I'm telling you, it's very convincing. Very convincing. Do I think Tyler's the only one involved? No. There's got to be many more people involved. Let's see some of these viral videos that are going around that are pushing a different narrative. Grandma of Charlie Kirk's assassin breaks her silence and reveals why the FBI must have the wrong man. That itch. Breaking her silence, Tyler Robinson's grandmother, W69, stunned the charges against her grandson, describing him as a quiet young man who never spoke about politics, despite his father's stanch Trump support. So even its own grandma doesn't even buy it, that it's him. But then again, grandmas are biased, so we don't know. We also find out that he never confessed, and also that the father never brought him in. So there's a lot of confusing things that are going on with Charlie Kirk's shooting. It's they're saying that the guy was wearing full armor. He was wearing a helmet, a chest protector. All in black. Nothing like what we saw or what we've heard. It's just unbelievable. Of all these viral videos, you got Stu Peters going hardcore on all this stuff, that it was an explosive, and that one of the security guards was an Israeli security person, and he's the one that detonated the bomb in his shirt. I mean, these people are going full, I don't know, I don't want to say full retard, but like full, like, holy cow, they really believe it. But hey, it could be possible.
It was his wife that was hanging and holding on to his bloody necklace out of the window of the car. Now, if you're getting hit from a bullet in the front, how does a necklace, like I got a necklace on right here. How does this get blown off from the front so it snaps and then you see it fly over my ears? You're watching that necklace fly backwards over his ear. Something would have had to detonate under his shirt, separate that chain for that chain to go flying backwards over his ear. So we had Tyler running across the roof. We had clear proof that within 3 seconds of that shot being fired, based off of the video that was taken inside the cafeteria, where you can see Tyler running across the roof, and then you go outside and you watch the people sit down and you see the crowd crouching down, and it's exactly 3 seconds from the time that shot's fired to the crowd looking around going, oh crap, we need to duck, we need to get down. And at that point they're getting down. Tyler, or the man on the roof, allegedly is in a full sprint with the long rifle. So somehow Tyler, this kid, runs up onto this roof. Now that we know, because of Candace's reporting, that the guy was only on the roof for 2 minutes at best. At 1:22, when that video was taken and those kids seen him in the prone position, he was already up in that roof. That video was at 12:22. He was jumping off the roof at 12:23 in about 50 seconds. So in that period of time, he runs up, gets into position, takes the shot, and then from the time he takes the shot, he's magically sprinting off the roof in less than 3 seconds. He's in a full sprint with the rifle in hand in less than 3 seconds. None of it added up. How did he take that shot? How was he so accurate? How did he control his breathing, get into position in under a minute, and take that shot on Charlie?
He didn't.
This was the one video, because it was so blurry that we couldn't tell. There was no definitive proof whether that thing blew up his neck or was shot into his neck, because you see the trajectory, and all the videos that we had before, it just kind of disappears. And I was like, somebody has to have that video. Like, somebody's on the outer railing and they have a really nice, like, high-end camera. Oh, that looks like a college student with a really expensive camera. Like, I assume that he probably works for the campus newspaper. And one student goes, oh, hey, I have that guy's contact information. So nobody had ever seen that nice 4K crispy image. So when we go and you slow that down frame by frame, for the first time, you're actually able to see, as something detonates under Charlie's shirt, That was what me and you were debating. How did
There's just no question at all whatsoever that you see an incendiary explosion. You see the incendiary smoke. There's no question. You can't deny it. And then you see the exit wound, which is what was so profusely bleeding. And originally I said, that's an exit wound.
Turning Point USA employees came in and they, what do you call it? Disturbed a crime scene.
Contaminated, yeah.
Yeah, contaminated a crime scene. They went in, they removed the memory cards directly from the cameras, and they started disassembling the cameras.
They've gotten away with it so far. If these people are not arrested or at least taken into custody and detained and interviewed or compelled to be interviewed or voluntarily surrender themselves or arrange an interview, I just don't know what else there is to say.
The problem is that a lot of people are also saying that when they got to Charlie, they took that whole device off. So they took it off, carry him into the car, and now he's got nothing here. They took it off, whatever it was. If it was the thing that would cause, if it is the exploding mic, that's all gone. So when they get to the hospital, they just, they cut open the shirt, there's nothing there. Maybe there might some burn marks right here, I would think. The autopsy is key. Okay, we haven't got that. Second, we need the HD footage that's directly in front of Charlie. That we could slow down frame by frame and possibly maybe see the bullet come into frame if it is a bullet, or we just see an explosion in front of him. We don't even know the entrance, the exit wound whatsoever. All we got is this thing coming out of the neck. I'm telling you, folks. We are, this is not the end. This is the beginning of the beginning. The beginning of the end but the beginning. It's not good. There's too many things going around. And I think that's becoming the official narrative right now, is if that the exploding mic. So if you're wondering, that's probably most likely where we're going with this, right? The exploding mic, possibly. Now with the guy, fixing his shirt, doing this, they're saying that the security guy was the one right here saying he's the detonator. I don't know if I buy that.
Literally exact same time as the gunshot noise. So this pretty much convinced me that this theory is quite compelling and needs to be seriously investigated.
I don't know. I mean, a lot of things could happen when the shot takes off. You could, you could brush your hair back or whatever, or stretch, and someone will say, "Hey, you did something when he did that." Because there was another guy where he goes like this, makes it looks like he's shooting Charlie as the gunshot goes. So everyone was blaming that kid that was over in that area. So what happened to him? Now it's the security guy happens to touch his shoulder at the exact same time the shot goes up. Is he the detonator? If anyone's going to detonate it, why would you be that close, right? Maybe you have to be that close for the receiving. I don't know. Maybe it's got to be that distance. I don't know. But how do you time up the sound behind you? So if you got the detonation over here and the gunman over back there, was the gunman just for backup? Maybe that's what it was. Maybe they had the explosion, or maybe they had to time it at the same time. Maybe it's very strange. There's no way you could probably time that. You know what I mean? You would almost have to be like 1, 2, 3, click. You know what I mean? That's the only way you had to do it. And maybe that's what the gunman was doing. He's like, all right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, click. So he shoots a bullet and he does the explosion. I mean, come on. You gotta figure out, why is that shot from behind? Everyone looks behind to the one direction where they all think the gunman was. It gets stranger and stranger. Okay. Candace Owen comes out on our stories on Friday saying that Tyler Robinson, the whole story is fake. Text messages are fake. The videos are fake of him. The pictures of him are fake. Everything is just fabricated. So we'll see where that goes on Monday. We'll see what her podcast says about that. Listen, she's probably the only one that most likely is getting the real info. Now, remember, if you think she's crazy, you think she's just wackadoodle, why hasn't Erica shut her up? Why hasn't Andrew told her to just shut up? Why hasn't anybody told her to shut up? Why are people still talking to her from Turning Point? Why are people even attacking Candace? It doesn't make any sense, folks. If you're defending Charlie, you're defending the organization, then Candace is on the same side. Why wasn't, why are you blaming her? If any of her shit saying is untrue, they would have called her out, said stop it. There would have been press releases, Candace Owens crazy, and it would have just completely canceled her like that. And they're not doing that. Why? Now, you can go on to the next theory. Hamza says Erica was in on the hit. There's a whole theory of how everybody is against Erica. How can a woman have just lost her husband 2 weeks ago, 3 days later, come out with a speech, 4 days later, come out with another speech, and then show up on the podcast saying how great, we have exciting things coming up on Turning Point. We're so excited. People are not taking that well. They're writing hit pieces on Erica, exposing her that she was on a music video as she's in Vegas. I think it was Vegas, right? Music video in Vegas as she's she's on the rope, and behind her on the ropes is 910. And then one of her tweets says it was a nice shooting with Tyler today. The guy's name was Tyler in the music video. What does that all mean? I watched the movie Snake Eyes the other night. Everybody's like, Snake Eyes. This is Snake Eyes predicted the movie. I don't know, man. I watched the movie. I was like, okay. Nicolas Cage, he's out of his mind. I don't know what's up. Nicolas Cage back in the day, he definitely had been on cocaine or something. Nicolas Cage. I don't know. Anyways, I watched Snake Eyes. There's a lot of similarities, yeah. It was shot at Trump's hotel or Trump's casino back in the day in Jersey. That was one coincidence, right? The guy got shot in the neck. His name was Charlie Kirkland. Similar, right? Charlie Kirk, right? Got shot. They said they were blaming Israel. It was a weapons thing. This one lady was trying to give him information about the weapons, and the weapons are not really doing what they need to do. And they're falsifying the records. I don't know where there's similarity there. So they killed him. Killed this one guy called Charlie Kirkland, which was, I think, Secretary of Defense at the time. I don't think he wasn't was like Charlie or anything. But anyways. And then there was a whole conspiracy who shot him, and it was the best friend was the person that was, protecting him was the one in on it. So, I mean, I guess there's similarities if the narrative is true that the security on Charlie's team was in on it and they backstabbed Charlie in the end. So we'll see. Also, they're hitting on Erica about her modeling days, Miss Arizona. Trump was in charge of it. A lot of strange things, right? But maybe she's that strong as a Christian. Maybe maybe the reason why you can't understand it is because you are not with your faith as where you should be. Maybe these people were so far in their faith. I mean, look at Charlie. He was so far in his faith. He was trying to live for God every single day, preaching God on the school campuses. They live by God. They went to the Vatican, or they went to the church to get rid of some of these spells that these witches were doing. I mean, come on, they were hardcore. Are you doing any of that? Do you need that kind of protection? You're telling me God didn't give Erica the strength to go out and speak? Any one of us, we probably would have waited a whole month. Let me mourn for a month. Let me get my things in order, get the house straightened up, get some help with the kids, get my parents in town. Maybe that's what, a lot of us are thinking, like, oh, well, why wouldn't she, I would think she would just say, hey, listen, handle Turning Point, keep it going, but I need a month. I need to just go away for a month, but she didn't. Either A, they said, listen, this is an opportunity of revival and this is for God. And that's why she had to suck it up and do it. Maybe that's why she did it. She went and did the speeches, promoted Turning Point, so keep it going, guys. I got to keep this going. I have to do this in Charlie's name. I mean, she also might be doing it out of anger. Wouldn't you? If your loved one died, assassination, public assassination in front of the entire world, wouldn't you be pissed? They took your loved one, your partner, business partner, all of those. Father, your children. I'd be pissed. Yeah, I mean, I could put myself out there and make a speech. I mean, I could. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. I've never been in that situation, and I don't want to be in that situation, but maybe God gave her the strength to speak out. And you can't understand it because you are not that strong with God. Maybe you're not that far in with it all. You might be lukewarm Christian. You might be like, I love Jesus, and yeah, I'll read the Bible once in a while. Yeah, I'll go to church every week. But you're lukewarm. These people are hardcore. And hardcore means more attacks on you. Means you're really getting involved now. And Charlie, he was really involved. And I wouldn't doubt that her wife was too. She was listen, you want to keep hitting on Erica, you got to remember she was a Christian from day one. It's not like she just became a Christian. She grew up as a Catholic. Even when she did that reality show, I don't know what reality she was, some dating show. The guys are saying, man, she's a real Christian. You know what I mean? And it's really tough to date a real Christian. She was always a Christian. It wasn't like she's new at it and she, joined. So I think we need to lay off Erica Kirk right now. Okay. Not just saying that, just saying like, listen, I mean, I don't know. I understand. You think it's a performance. I get it. But let's go with the narrative. The exploding mic, huh? Maybe that's what it is. We don't know. And if it is, then we got a lot of other more questions to ask, right? Then maybe we can go down that route. Maybe we know. We wouldn't go down that route. I don't know. It's tough. I don't think the Blondie performance is the same as Erica. Uh-oh. I don't know what that meant there. Yeah, but she is pro-Izzy, judo Christian, and so she may bend his handler. I don't know. Would you really do that? We don't know the threats that Turning Point had. Maybe they had some absolutely insane threats. We're like, listen, if you don't do this, we're going to kill everybody. Maybe that's the kind of threats they had. Maybe the donors are that crazy. You got to remember, the devil is insane. And he will kill whoever he wants. Or take you out. Or try. He's evil. He wants you to die. It's really it's just insane. Very insane. All right. As we continue with Charlie Kirk, listen, it's gonna get you gotta remember this. You gotta nip it in the butt now, at least before the end of the year. Because if we don't, this is gonna continue on to next year and the following year and the next year and after that, 50 years from now. Like I said, this will be another cover up and it'll be another JFK. Magic bullet, right? One shooter, right? We find out there's several shooters, right? And it's not even Oswald. Oswald didn't even do it. I guess he wasn't even there. That's exactly what's going to happen with Charlie Kirk if we don't nip this in the butt now. But Bongino just said, this is not the end of the investigation. It's not even the end of the beginning. We're investigating the potential broader network of people who may have known. So it's not the end. Okay. All right. Also, Pam Bondi just received the message for the update on the church shooting. I'm receiving briefings about the appears to be a horrific shooting fire at the LDS church in Grand Blanc, Michigan. FBI, ATF headquarters agents are en route scene now. Such violence at this place of worship is heartbreaking and chilling. Please join me in praying for the victims in this terrible tragedy. Yeah. And we should Chuck, get me updates on that as we go through this show. All right, so a lot of this was really interesting. 274 FBI agents were in plain clothes on January 6th. How about that? Congress just admitted that. Huh? 274. Now, listen, I could see some being in the crowd just to be in the crowd, just to, find criminals. I would be looking for Antifa or, criminal activity. But the question is what were they doing in this crowd? Were they agitating? Were they instigating? Were they doing some of the crimes too? I think so, because a lot of these people were on the most wanted list or on the wanted list, and then they took them off out of nowhere. Someone's like, wait a minute, we took him off. Why would you take him off? Well, we interviewed him and he's fine. Move along. But he was inside. How come he didn't go to jail? You got Ray Epps, that guy. I'm sure he was an FBI informant or an idiot. Tell everybody, whoa, go into the Capitol. Go into the Capitol. Whatever happened to him? Nothing. So there you go. 274 confirmed FBI in plainclothes. It doesn't include any other agencies. So I would kind of want to know all agencies, right? So interesting. All right. Also, I don't know if the Antifa are idiots, but they've just burnt down Ice Cube's tour bus. They firebombed it, likely Antifa in Portland, while he was in town for a performance at the Mata Center. So there you go. I don't know if they thought it was an ice bus. They thought maybe it was for ice, but no, it was for the rapper Ice Cube. So there you go. I don't know. I don't know if they're idiots or maybe they don't like Ice Cube. Who knows? I think that maybe they don't like him because he didn't take the COVID shot. Maybe that's another reason. You know what I mean? FBI also, this is good news. FBI axes 20 agents for reportedly taking the knee at the George Floyd protests. So there you go. All of them have been fired. They should really fire all the cops that did the knee in LA as well, and any other city that took the knee. You know what I mean? They really should. Also, let's see here. What is this one? This one, if you want to see the video of Erica Kirk, this is the Erica Kirk video. Here we go. The music video.
With her hair in the wind and her hands in the sky, like she's flying.
And there it is. She's on the zip line 910. Everyone's just pointing that out. So, just so you know, wasn't just making it up. All right. Also, we have some ICE takedowns. This is a really good one. Here we go. Let's do full blow here. Yeah, here we go. Uh-oh.
Give us your hands! Get your hands open! Put your hands on your back now! Get back! Get back! Get back! Get back! Get back! Your name and date of birth! Your name and date of birth! Get back! Get back! Get back! Your name and date of birth!
That wasn't even an illegal. That was a protester. Yeah. F around and find out, folks. You want to get involved with the ICE? It's a bad idea. Real bad idea to do that. Okay. Really bad. All right. Also, we've committed that we will be playing Charlie Kirk videos. We're going to try to do them every show. So here's one. Here's a church and politics. Here we go.
At church yesterday, and one of the most gut-wrenching things that I heard was my church saying that they weren't going to endorse either candidate. Basically, they wouldn't even endorse a no on 139. What are your guys' thoughts on the church and politics?
The church needs to take stands on political and moral issues.
I agree.
Jesus is not on the ballot, but Jezebel is this cycle. The Democrat Party is embracing things that God hates. From abortion trucks at the Democrat National Convention, from turning Easter into the Transgender Day of Awareness, from butchering our kids under gender-affirming care, from open borders to 320,000 kids that are being sex trafficked in this country.
From the face of the Democratic presidential candidate saying that you're at the wrong rally when you talk about Jesus.
Yeah, that's right. They say Jesus is Lord, and she says, go to the other rally.
Yeah,
and
like
so
that
for a Christian to be silent in all of this, and for a pastor to be silent, I know their type.
Yeah.
It's the type of pastor that would have been silent during slavery. It's the type of pastor that would have been silent during the Holocaust. These are pastors that are gutless wonders that should resign from the ministry for not instructing their flock to vote against the greatest evil of our time, the American Democrat Party.
He's right. He's right. You know, I was at a Turning Point event the other day, the vigil. Well, I wouldn't say a Turning Point event, but it was a vigil for Charlie Kirk. And I asked the pastor, I'm like, hey, can you come on camera and talk? And he denied. He did not want to show his face on camera. I'm like, hey, man, you got to be bold. What are you doing? I mean, come out here and talk. What are you doing? He was scared. I don't get it. Don't get it. Oregon Governor Kotek says she's personally told President Trump that Oregon doesn't need troops amid anti-ICE protests. Yeah, right.
As one executive to the other, I spoke with the president. I asked him not to send troops. I tried to understand his reasoning, and I told him we are taking care of it, that I have full faith and confidence in local law enforcement, and the folks here today who do not need federal troops. And I said, we disagree, and he said, well, let's keep talking.
That was in reply.
Yeah.
Dude, imagine that's your mayor or governor. A lesbian. I mean, she's definitely gay. Guarantee gay. Ruining another base. It takes a lot of money and a lot of influence to convince the world you're not evil. This is interesting. Watch this video.
Did you see this?
Christian influencers. Okay. You said, we talked about the woke right. And you said, I call it the woke Reich. That's a brilliant observation. The woke Reich, because these people, you know, they're not any different from the woke left. I mean, they're insane. They're Louise. But they're actually meeting on some of the things. And what we have to do is we have to secure that part of the base of our support in the United States. That is being challenged systematically. A lot of this is done with money. Money of NGOs, vast. Money of governments, vaster. Okay? We have to fight back. How do we fight back? Our influencers. I think you should also talk to them if you have a chance. To that community, they're very important. But we have to fight with the weapons that apply to the battlefields in which we're engaged. And the most important ones are in social media. And the most important purchase that is going on right now is TikTok. TikTok, number one. And I hope it goes through because it can be consequential. And the other one, what's the other one that's most important? X. That's very good. And, you know, so we have to talk to Elon. He's not an enemy. He's a friend. We should talk to him. Now, if we can get those two things, we get a lot. And I could go on other things, but that's not the point right now. We have to fight the fight, okay? To give direction to the Jewish people and give direction to our non-Jewish friends or those who could be our Jewish our friends. Are we going to succeed with everyone? No. Will there be a strong counterpoint? Yes.
So you're...
There you go. Well, it's almost like the devil knows what to take over, you know? Social media, that's how you're going to influence the country, America. And we need to convince them to love Israel. And I wouldn't be surprised they have a program where they invite you to Israel, you know, if you're not a Jew. Maybe they should start doing that, huh? How about that? That'll really start getting people over there, huh? I would like to do the trip of Israel, right? And just see how much, like, garbage they feed me during the whole thing. You know what I mean? Oh, yeah, you treat Christians good over here? Oh, okay. That's why I'm walking through a whole thing of spit. Right. Sure. Mm-hmm. Oh, you guys love Christians here. Sure you do. Right? Nice try. Anyways, here's another video of some loony, some Antifa kid. Let's expose them, right? At a vigil for Charlie Kirk.
What is your message to Charlie Kirk?
Oh, for real. So my message is rest in peace. I hope his family never sleeps a good day in their lives again, as long as the American people are not able to sleep a good day in their lives again.
Why do you believe he's dead?
He's dead! He's dead, bitch! He's dead, bitch! He's dead, bitch boy! He's dead, bitch boy! He's dead, bitch boy! He's dead! I'm sorry.
The love and peace of the left.
Oh, I know you brought up his family.
Yes.
He is a little girl.
So the thing is that No, of course I don't. I have love for the kids. But the thing is that we can't go soft on people who's going hard on us all the time. So there's going to be people out there that give the kid the right sympathy that they need. I'm not going to be that person, though, because there's no sympathy for my kid in his eyes.
What did you not like about Charlie Kirk?
So basically all his rhetoric, and a lot of the people that don't even know politics would watch little clips of him and think that he's actually spitting, because he'll use things that people are actually going through and twist them in a way that like is not right. So like, oh, there's crime, black on black violence, but not talk about the nuances of black on black violence. That's not even a real thing. Oh, we would talk about white on white violence, because that's a fucking majority of the shit that goes on. I'm sorry for swearing.
What
I'm sorry for swearing. Oh, thanks.
else did you not agree with Charlie Kirk?
So I also didn't agree with, well, none of his stances on Palestine and Palestinians or Muslims in general. None of his stances on women and how he said that they would be happier in the kitchen than having careers, when he's not a woman, so he can't even talk for them. But like, just him saying that, like, I feel bad for his wife, because obviously she's forced to be in the kitchen. Racist, xenophobic, and homophobic.
What makes you think he's homophobic and racist?
So I'll talk about the racist thing first, because that's like, I'm not gay, but I'm an ally to the community. But the racist stuff is, like I said, him talking about black on black crime, and not speaking on the nuances. So basically making it seem like it's inherently in black people to be violent towards each other or have no respect for each other. And a lot of people in my community are right now saying that from watching his dumb stuff. And that's not the truth, because the people that cause harm to anybody don't care about anybody. It's not that they don't care about a specific race. Certain people for sure. But most people that commit crimes and stuff, there's nuance to it for sure. But like, it's not, they don't care about, it's not a race thing. It's just a desperation thing. If this person has money, I'm going to take it from them. If we're in a community together and this is the person that has money and I don't, they're going to take it under desperation.
What is your
Oh, so that's why they steal, because they're desperate. Oh, so it makes it right. I get it. I get it now. Oh, I understand. I can't believe this, folks. Have you seen this? This is a superintendent in Demise. I don't know what school it was, but he was a superintendent for an entire school, I think Minnesota, right? Making over $305,000 a year. He's an illegal. Was supposed to be deported in 2024. Never did. And they finally, they finally arrested him after a car chase. So how about that? There you go. A superintendent in charge of a whole entire school district. Illegal. How is he getting paid? Who's looking the other way? This is the loony left, the insane left. It should not be in power, guys. That's why I keep pushing. You got to run for office. You got to get involved. You got to do it, folks. Thinking about it. Well, not thinking about it. I want to get involved with the city council, but then again, I heard it's so corrupt. I don't even think I'll begin because I'm white. You know what I mean? It's very racist where I am. So if I'm white, I have no chance. I guess that's what they told me. So I don't know if I want to spend the money to really get involved and try. I'd rather try for something else. All right, I'm going to just debunk things with Snake Eyes, the movie, if you guys are going to watch it. This guy, I'm going to debunk him a little bit.
Pull up, because Charlie Kirk's assassination story just got even weirder. In 1998, there was a movie released called Snake Eyes, in which a political figure named Charles Kirkland was assassinated by a sniper being shot in the neck. And it gets way weirder than this. Charles James Kirk, his full name, is awfully similar to Charles Kirkland. The date of the assassination in the movie, September 10th. The date Charlie Kirk was assassinated, September 10th. The place in which he was killed was a public venue in the movie. The place in which Charlie Kirk was killed, public venue. Both shot in the neck. In the movie, a key character in the conspiracy is a boxer named Lincoln Tyler. The man arrested in connection with the assassination of Charlie Kirk is Tyler Robinson. Now hang with me here, because this is when it gets really weird. In the movie, the conspiracy is around a weapons deal gone bad with Israel. And the character who masterminds the assassination is Commander Kevin Dunn. And he explains his plan to Detective Rick Santoro, played by Nicolas Cage. He says that he used a known Palestinian terrorist as the sniper to kill Kirkland. In essence, he used a Palestinian connection in the movie's plot as the red herring. And it's a key part of the conspiracy to misdirect the investigation away from the real reason for the assassination, which is a corrupt defense contract with Israel. Now, if this doesn't scream red flag, I don't know what does. This is crazy. Tell me that this.
All right, he was pretty good on that one. There were some that just kept elaborating different things. But anyways, that was pretty dead on, I would have to say. Okay, all right, I'll give him that one. Right, Chuck? Give him that one. So TikTok's in full effect, guys. So if you want to get on TikTok, I guess Trump signed the deal for TikTok, and we're good to go. I don't know where that's going to go for a lot of us, because a lot of us, we've lost our last account on TikTok, and we're trying to do it again. I don't even know what I'm doing on that. I can't post any reels on there. They strike, and then we're gone. You know what I mean? So TikTok sucks. Here's an announcement. We reached out to YouTube. We're streaming on YouTube right now, actually. We reached out to YouTube to get the old Weber's Way channel back, because we'd like to see if you guys are still there on that channel. So we talked to them for a good hour or half hour, whatever, how long ever it was you guys were on. Talked to YouTube, and they said they will not bring our channel back to YouTube. So we will not be getting our channel back. So I don't know what this whole Google and Congress thing, I don't know if that was a whole lie saying that they were going to bring back conservatives or bring back people that were taken down because of the COVID, election integrity, Russia hoax, and everything else that they kept censoring us about. We kept getting strikes over the COVID stuff and all that stuff. And I remember when we got a strike, even after our channel got terminated, they kept sending us strikes on top of the channel already being terminated. Do you remember that, Chuck? We kept getting emails saying this video's been taken down, this video's been taken down, this video's been taken after we've been terminated. So they really wanted to just rub it in our face. So we asked to get our channel back, and they said no. They reviewed it, and they said no. They had a manager review it. They said, we are not going to run around in circles right now. You are not coming back, and don't ask again. I said, well, we contacted Fox News, and we will see where that goes. So hopefully we can get our channel back. We just want to get our channel back. That's it. We have thousands of videos over there. Plus we have 20 other channels underneath that channel, that main channel. So we have no access to that channel and the rest of the other channels. It just sucks. You got to remember, they took my livelihood. They took our income. They took everything away like that because a bunch of trolls kept reporting our videos, and they didn't like our medical misinformation. They didn't like the election integrity. They didn't like how we talked about the Hunter laptop. They didn't like any of it. And then I'm talking to two blue hair freaks at YouTube telling me I can't get my channel back. They're libtards at there. That's who I was talking to. I said, well, I'm going to just go to the top. How about that? You know what I mean? We'll just go around you. And we're going to force you to give our channel back. Somehow. If not, it doesn't make any sense. I made a lot of money on YouTube back in the day. Started in 2010. We had a thriving channel. I guess they didn't like the fact that we were interviewing people and they were all speaking their mind. It was just a glorious thing. People were just telling the truth on camera. That's all we were doing. Interviewing people. Hey, speak what you want to say. Keep saying what you want to say. You want to say that? Okay, good. Sure. There you go. And then YouTube's like, no, we don't like that person talking. No, we don't like that. No. So there we go. So should a lawsuit apply? I don't know. I hope so. I don't know what to do. I submit the whole story to Fox, so I don't know if they'll do anything. I'm hoping that they'll get back to us. I mean, they did get back to us. They said, we read your email, and we will let you know if we will follow up. So hopefully they will. We really need it, because this whole thing about them saying that they're bringing people back on because of misinformation, it just seems like a bullshit lie. You know what I mean? Our account should have just been automatically reestablished. Say, hey, welcome back to YouTube. And just, by the way, here's our guidelines. Let's not make fun of trans. They're all about the trans and stuff. It's garbage. So anyways, we tried. We're going to try to get national attention on it, because I'm sure I'm not the only one out there. I'm sure I'm not the only one, the only YouTube channel that did not or got denied or whatever, but hopefully we will get it fixed and get back onto YouTube. Obviously, we were streaming on Rumble. We're on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Instagram. And we are streaming on YouTube right now because we're just testing the waters. We did get a strike not too long ago about medical misinformation, so we stopped streaming on YouTube. Now we're going to try it again. It just sucks. I'll tell you one thing. It just sucks when your whole entire audience is gone and they just keep silencing you. And it's like, no, we don't want you to do your show. We don't want you to do what you love to do. No, we're going to suppress you until you go away completely. Well, I'm not going away. I'll tell you that much. I am not going away, and we're going to keep fighting. This was this post that you see here. It says a Houston Halloween display appears to be lynching ICE agents with a Mexican standing next to the ICE agents as they're hanging. This is where we are in America, huh? Very scary Halloween decorations, huh? Full coffins out front, huh? How about that? Losers. Here's something. Trump is going to release all and declassify all information on Amelia Earhart nearly 90 years after her mysterious disappearance. I say, where are the Epstein files, right? No one asked for that. That was random, but maybe we'll find something else new, right? The CIA maybe took her down. Who knows? I wouldn't doubt it. Wouldn't doubt it. We all know James Comey. He's been indicted, and he's going to trial. See where that ends up. I'm sure he'll just, oh, you paid your side, you're okay. You don't have to go to jail. But it is a punishment to go through that whole process. I have to give you that. So is that just the punishment? It's just to go through it? Maybe that's all it is. I highly doubt he'll go to jail. I'll tell you one thing. Nick Fuentes keeps popping up more and more. I don't know if you know this kid. I don't know much about him, but I don't know. They say he's far right. But he's pretty hardcore. I don't know if this is the video I want to play, Chuck. This is Nick Fuentes, Erica milking Charlie Kirk's death and getting weird vibe from her. All right, we'll play it.
I don't know. It's one thing if your husband dies, period. It's another thing if your husband dies at age 31, unexpectedly. It's another thing if your 31-year-old husband unexpectedly dies because he gets publicly executed with blood gushing out in front of thousands of people screaming and running away. That's like something that's altogether different. And I think they were pushing it when she filmed his dead body. I think they were pushing it when she took control of the organization 72 hours later. I think they were pushing it with the fireworks and the WWE Batista entrance when she gave the eulogy at his funeral. And then now she's hosting the show and she's saying, we have so much business. We have so much business. You can't believe it. We have unreleased content and we're so excited about what Turning Point's going to do next. It's like, lady, didn't your husband just get his face blown off like 2 seconds ago? And not to be insensitive about it, but everyone's thinking it. No one wants to be the asshole. No one wants to say it. Everyone's thinking it. Everyone was thinking it when she gave the first speech. Everyone was definitely thinking it at the memorial. Nobody wants to say it because it's inappropriate. It's insensitive. I am the troll, right? So I'll be the one to say it. I think it's super inappropriate.
This is the narrative that a lot of people are going with at the moment. I don't know. Maybe God got her strong. Who knows? Anyways, here's Destiny. I don't know. This kid's a radical leftist. Destiny, the way check out the things that he says. I'm surprised this guy's not locked up.
I just want you to know, okay? If one of you were in the crowd and you're a conservative fan of mine and you end up, getting blown away or whatever, I'm making fun of you the next day on Twitter. I am. Conservatives have been disgusting for years, which is why I don't give a about anybody that winds up at any of these rallies and gets shot or whatever. You need conservatives to be afraid of getting killed when they go to events so that they look to their leadership to turn down the temperature. You have no, it's actually kind of scary, how close I was to getting people together to go down to his house and kill his family. He's
getting people together and go kill someone. That kid is still on there. He's still probably being, funded somehow by the radical left. Who knows? This is insane. Anyways, Chuck, do we have an update on the I need an update on the shooting at the church. Do we have anything like that? Yeah, we do. All right, here's someone. Let's go to this one.
And fire happening at a church in Grand Blanc, Michigan. I talked to someone who just got here from South America. It's his first week in the U.S. Went to church with his mom. His mom is still in the building and he got out. From what I'm hearing on the ground, a man drove his vehicle into the church and then started shooting and even shot a little girl in the back, and she is at the hospital right now. The shooter has been neutralized, but that's all I know at the moment. Everyone within a 30-minute radius has responded to the scene. I'm at the scene of a giant fire happening.
We can tell you right now that the Grand Blanc police say.
There we go. We already saw that. What's this? A scene no longer a threat at this point. At least one person dead, 9 others wounded.
Sheriff Swanson working in conjunction with the federal, state, local authorities. I was asked by Grand Blanc Township, where this scene is active, to put this message out to the community that there is the more active threat. The shooter is down. We do have multiple victims. The entire church is on fire, and we're working with fire and all those things that happen during an active shooter training. This is a dynamic scene. So the time where we are right now, there's going to be more updates. Just know that there's a lot of things that are happening that we are not able to communicate just because of the work that needs to be done. The Mechanics Road between Holly and Saginaw is shut down, and we'll be having more updates. But again, the people that were here have been evacuated. We do have victims. We're working on that. This scene is no longer a threat.
We're under attack, folks. Under attack. American Restoration Tour. People are doing tours, guys.
So why don't you come back here and get an education today on what it means to be an American? Come on back. We'd love to talk with you. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Rally Against Democratic Socialism. Welcome to the Defeat Mom Donnie movement as we fight for New York City and we fight for America. As always, we're going to kick today off with the Pledge of Allegiance.
It's Brandon Struck from
10
here's an update on Michigan.
gunshot victims have been transported to local hospitals at this time, including one who has been deceased. Officers who were trained immediately responded to the area. One was a DNR officer, and then one was a Grand Blanc Township officer, where they met the suspect and they engaged in gunfire with that particular individual, neutralizing that suspect. And that suspect is no longer with us. As I said, it is a 40-year-old male from Burton. 10 gunshot victims.
So, well, people, this is just another sad day in America where people keep dying. Trump says, I have been briefed on the horrendous shooting that took place in the Church of Jesus Christ Latter-day Saints, Grand Blanca, Michigan. The FBI was immediately on the scene and will be leading the federal investigation, providing full support of state and local officials. The suspect is dead. But there is still a lot to learn, and it appears yet to be another target attack on Christians in the United States of America. The Trump administration will keep public posted, as always we do. In the meantime, pray for the victims and their families. Epidemic of violence in our country must end immediately. Yeah,
Having a full
I have to say. Right. Satellite space captures San Francisco. I don't care for that. And ouch.
Tage Gill, is that your old profession? I mean, let's get some of these pictures up right there. Is that because people told me these snipers were all over? What type of protection is that for the President of the United States, sir?
These guys are usually going to be hidden in like inside buildings, like hanging out windows or on a rooftop, somewhere where it's less visible, but they're putting themselves out there.
Showing snipers at the Ryder Cup where Trump was 6ix9ine admits that he stole Gummo's beat from Trippy. I don't know, these idiots. All right, so that wraps up today, guys. If you haven't done so, go to webersway.com/shop. Make sure you check out our new shirt called God First. Can we show that, Chuck? Can we have that up there? There we go. God First just dropped today or yesterday. There it is. The official God First t-shirts. It is the Spiritual Warfare 2025 shirt. It's got different colors. And also we have this in black logo too as well. If you want the black logo on the white shirt, we have that as well. So get the new shirt, God First, and show your support. Help us keep this Weber's Way operation going so we can get our studio, a massive studio. We want to build a massive studio so we can do Christian-based films, TV shows, and etc. More and more on that. That's the big dream, right, Chuck? Right. Also, we have the We Are All Charlie Kirk shirt at cost. There we go. Sword of Salvation is a very another new shirt that popped out, and Worship on 88 Keys if you're a keyboard player. And also we have women's clothes, No Jesus, No Peace. We have an Alligator Alcatraz shirt. That is also one of our #1 shirts. We have Trump shirts as well. We have some kids clothes as well. And obviously the 50 States Strong Through Christ shirts are all available. New hats in the store as well. Mugs, stickers, you name it, folks. Everything to help us support our operation here at webersway.com. So make sure you go there at webersway.com/shop. Use the promo code GODWINS. We all know God wins every single time. Other than that, thanks for watching. And it's time to pray. That's right. We're going to pray.
And we are getting reports.
You have to pray for the victims in Michigan. Dear Heavenly Father, we pray to you tonight. Pray to you, Lord, tonight. We just ask you to heal those who went through such pain today during this mass shooting in Michigan, Lord. We pray for the Christians there. We pray for anybody that was a victim there. And Lord, we just pray for the soul that we lost today. And we pray for their family as they go through this horrible time of losing a loved one. And Lord, we just we want this to stop. The attack on Christians. And we just need it to stop, Lord. So we just ask you for your strength during these times. And Lord, if you're coming back soon, let's go. Other than that, Lord, we love you. We say this in Jesus' name. Amen. All right, folks, we'll see you guys later. And remember, Jesus is coming. Get right with the Lord.
Fire, I'll stand and I'll pray in the name of the truth. I'll rise up today. Demons tremble when I call his name. Every chain will break, no fear remains. Heaven's on my side, the victory's won. Through the cross, the battle's overcome. Oh, spiritual warfare, fighting for my heart. Light against the darkness, tearing lies apart. With faith as my fire, I'll stand and I'll pray. In the name of the truth, I'll rise up today.